Ahoy, crypto pirates and crypto junkies alike. It is a pleasure to be joining you guys this morning. I just want to check the chat real quick here and give a giant shout out and a giant thank you to all of you that join us on a regular basis. First in the chat was Crypto Gains Club 369, Benny Bills, Finn Bear, Pay Me Hex, Mark Kasha, Super Hex, Orion, Jay Everything, Franklin St. Hex. Give me liberty or give me Hex. All right, guys. Aaron Daniels, Markable Thoughts, Hex Toshi, Spike, Hex Squadron, Vanity Zen, your Hexcellence. It is always a pleasure to see you guys. I wish I had more time to hang out with you guys on the regular, other than just in these streams, but this is good enough for now, until us Hexicans experience that beautiful thing that we can call active retirement, where we can promote this wonderful, beautiful product known as Hex and this new substrate we have coming our way called Pulse. In the meantime, I got a special guest. I think I'm going to let him bring himself up since he has the admin keys and he can do that.
Ahoy, crypto pirates! What's happening?
It's good to see you, Captain. What do we owe this pleasure?
Well, I got up early because my phone was bugging me, and I just decided, hey man, I'm going to get up here and hang for a little bit because things are getting so heated up and exciting. I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you guys this morning. I'm trying to position myself for my pulse entry, right? And I think I told you I had like another business, a yacht cleaning business that had a truck and a boat and all that kind of stuff with it, and I sold all that last night, so I got a little extra cash in the pocket, baby.
There we go.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go. This needs to get into Coinbase ASAP, and because my God, the freaking Hex price is going nuts, man.
Yeah, I know.
I can't. I knew it was gonna pump, but man, this thing is pamping.
I know. It's making it really difficult if you've got money sitting on the sideline to get it in quick enough.
Because you're ready to just
this,
freaking ape that shit in now, right? I mean,
yeah.
It's like, damn. Do you want to wait a second? Do you want to wait for some more news?
I worry that waiting for the a correction is gonna be like leave you behind. That's what I'm in fear of, because everyone's kind of got the intent to take new economic energy, roll it into Hex, and use Hex to sacrifice for Pulse. And I don't think that's a bad route to go. I mean, I don't know what the ultimate play is going to be. I don't think we'll know until after it happens and we have hindsight, and hindsight being 2020 and all. But it's I don't think we're going to ever see 2-cent Hex again.
One whale jumps in it, it's over. I mean, one whale jumps into this thing right now to get himself positioned, and bye, sub 2-cent Hex. Like, that's it. You're going to be priced out for a while until there's some other dip after everything. I don't think we're going to see any more real dips. I think it's every time anything does sell right now. I mean, I don't know who the hell's selling right now. Who the hell would be selling right now?
When you've got economic energy to put into this new Pulse and the many X's that could potentially come with that, it'd be hard to not want to hold on to that to try to YOLO in later. And here's the thing too, is Richard's talked about it, and he's discussed that it's a USD value that matters when it goes in the sacrifice chamber. Well,
exactly.
As Hex goes up, you buy $100 worth of Hex right now, and it doubles its price. Now you've got $200 worth of economic energy going into the sacrifice chamber. Why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? Do you want to just settle for a single 1x, or would you rather 2-3x, which you originally had?
I think that's what we're seeing now, is smart Hexicans jumping in with their stacks, trying to bring their cash in right now. But it's just going to take one whale to end it all.
It's true. Come on, guys. Roundhouse kick that like button. That's right. Thanks, Orion. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. The problem is, the problem right now really is that you can't get fiat or position correctly in time if we're going to move as fast as he led us to believe we're going to go. There's a lot of people that have a lot of capital on the sidelines that want to get in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to have the time for it. So if you're listening, Richard, you need to give us a little more time to put fanfare on this. So
I think there might be. I think, with your typical delays of software development and everything, wow, we're freaking pumping again, bro. Look at that.
I know.
Jeez.
I know. I'm literally watching it real time at this moment. And so's Doge. Doge is almost 60 cents. I'm sorry. I had to throw that out there. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Did you see Adrian? Did you see Adrian's tweet this morning?
No, I didn't.
He's like, I'm a fucking genius. I bought Doge at 48 cents and look at it now. He's trolling everybody, man. Way to go, Adrian. Nice tweet, bro.
I love it. Dude, that's awesome.
He's like, I'm so brilliant.
Oh, that is so funny. I had to watch, there's a personal finance guy, YouTuber that I just kind of started watching over the last year, and he's gained over a million subscribers in the last year.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was watching him, and the stuff that they talk about, like, because he had a Doge guy that put 180 grand into Doge, and it's now worth 1.2 million or something like that. And that was when it was at like 35 cents. It was worth 1.2 million. And I'm just sitting there going, man, that the stupidity in the market exuberance is such that when people that are buying the worst shit on the block are the ones that are actually making out the biggest. And it's sad. It really is. It really, because it's like, better. We've been in this game long enough. Yeah. We're not going out YOLOing into Doge.
No, and we know that these things happen. We know that the unicorns happen, and they're all top signals, and they're all just the ridiculousness of crypto, though. So, yeah, I mean, the smart play is the long play is the way to win in crypto, and we're in the longest game in crypto. So, we're gonna see. Shit that's going to make us cringe. But in the long run, I mean, look at your bag now from where it went, where it started over a year ago. It's been steady gains. It's been solid gains. It's been big gains, and they're only going to get better, and it's going to grow stronger as time goes on. And we'll see these things come and go. The unicorns will come and go, and just like it always does in crypto and in finance in general. But it's the long game that matters. And with Pulse coming, the long game's even getting better.
No, I know. Not to mention, even if Pulse only releases at 20% of the ETH-HEX, the Pulse HEX version, the mirror image that we're getting of the ETH-HEX, even if that only releases at 20% of your value, you guys just got an extra 20% value.
I'll take the 20%. I'll take the 20% with a smile on my face.
All day long.
But I mean, and I don't know how correct I am about this, but I think that parity will be found soon because of arbitrage and that kind of stuff. But I mean,
Yeah, and that comes with the bridge, right? I mean, once you've got the opportunity to shuttle value across one chain to another, then that arbitrage opportunity becomes so much easier, right?
Exactly. So I don't know if a bridge is going to launch on launch, or if we're going to get that later, or what. There's all kinds of ways that it can launch. It could just come out, and mainnet could come out, and then boom, you can start getting the bridges and things added later, or it could all come out at once. Who knows? I think once those tools become available, then it'll find parity really quickly. At that point, it has to, and then. You're sitting on double bags.
Yep. The only thing.
All right, why don't you bring these pirates up? Enough with just hanging out with me, man. Bring the freaking cutthroats in here.
All right, bring the regular crew of motley guys in here.
Hello.
Morning, gentlemen.
Hello.
Morning, Admiral. Captain.
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Oh, it's exciting.
Everything is good.
Everything is really good.
You guys all have shit-eating grins on your faces.
I've been eating my fair share of shit for sure. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, wanted to try to stay away from the language too much on the morning show here, but you guys all have this smirk on your face, like you guys know something, or you're excited about something that's about to happen. I don't know.
Did you see that I got shut down last night? Is that why you're saying that about the language?
No, I didn't see it. Did Liberty shut you down?
They shut my monetization actually down or whatever because they said it was not proper content for our advertisers. So
gotcha. Yeah, I fixed that, by the way. I unrestricted it. I un-effed your stuff.
Can we say the words that are okay for 11 o'clock prime time, terrestrial television? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess.
You never know.
Right? Ask Kinetic. Don't ask me. Ask him. He's the one. He really steers the ship. You guys think I do. He really steers the ship.
Well, someone has to be.
I have to answer to him
on the background. Someone has to be in the background, making sure that all these tags and the algos are all right in the back end.
Yo, DJ Cryptomatic in the house. Yeah.
Yo, Cryptomatic, you are the man, brother. He sent me. I sent him a few bits on a Twitch stream on Friday, and he sent me a whole playlist. I'm like, yeah, like he straight emailed me a couple of his playlists. I was like, that's sweet. I've got something to listen to when I go to the gym now.
Yeah. I was listening to him over the weekend too.
That's cool, man.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We love you, DJ Cryptomatic. We love you.
Oh, great. I thought this was going to be RG3 and KNTX. These trolls are going to ruin the episode.
Consider it ruined.
I love it. So I want to throw this out here, Cabana. Thank you for letting us know what Patrick Hex Lion thinks. I think Patrick's a smart dude, but I think he is wrong on
Hex
this
will
one.
dump and never recover, and this is what makes a market.
Yep.
Wow, Patrick.
Very wrong.
I have a lot of respect for Patrick's opinion and his brains. I'm trying to think of what his thought process is. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand how that would happen. But he's got to be thinking about something because those damn Germans, man, they freaking. I'm telling you, man, you gotta watch those guys. They'll sneak up on you with some brain shit, man.
Like the ETH hex is never going to die, right? Because it's a smart contract. So even if the worst would happen, I'm not saying this has happened, and the OA sold all his bags and the price went down to next to zero, someone else can come back in and buy that up, right? They can add liquidity, they can buy it up, and it's still paying you interest. So like Pulse Hex might have much worse. Pulse on the Hex on the Pulse chain might have much worse interest than the ETH Hex Pulse pair, whatever. Like, so people are going to look at it and go, well, I can earn much more interest on the ETH chain than I can on the Pulse chain. And then what they're going to do, they're going to go and buy up some. They're still getting paid exactly the same trusted interest. As long as there's still a market there, it doesn't matter really. As long as the market remains, there will be a value to it.
Yep, agreed. Well, and not to mention, if people are going to be sacrificing this ETH Hex for Pulse, this new chain, that's going to give the OA or whatever, the African priest or whoever it is that controls all these OA wallets, it's going to give that much more of a stranglehold on the supply. So, all that does is strengthen the whole De Beers narrative that we've talked about. That the availability, the supply is going to be so low compared to the demand that there's no way the price can dump. How are you going to dump into that? You and I don't. Everyone here on this stream and everyone listening to the stream right now doesn't have enough to dump into that market to dump the price, honestly. I think,
it's going to be very hard to dump it, and the pump that it's going to receive right now is going to give it all-time highs, over and over again the next month or two until this thing launches. And I don't see how it's gonna dump. I don't see how you can dump the price on ETHX. I think it's the GOAT, to be honest. But again, fucking Germans, man. They always they never surprise me, man. They will, like I said, they will sneak up on you with some cerebral shit that will we'll mess you up.
They have ways of making you dump.
Okay.
I'm thinking you don't.
Maybe his logic is that on Pulse chain there will be more unstakes, and the share price will ratchet up more quickly. Because like it will be very cheap, so you can stake very small amounts and unstake those.
I
But
can
if you get a
say
cheaper
with,
share price on the ETH chain, so then it's like I can go buy cheaper T shares on the ETH chain.
no, that's exactly it. That I can almost guarantee with certainty that within a year's time, the ratchet effect on Pulse of the T share price is going to ratchet up so fast, because when it's cheap to stake and unstake, you're going to see these daily stakes again that people are afraid to do on the ETH chain because they're not profitable.
Yeah.
But you start doing that and got it. People, those of you who don't know that are in the chat right now watching this, every time there's an ROI, it doesn't have to be a big ROI, but every time there is an ROI at all, there's a return on investment at all on your stakes, the T-share price ratchets up. So it costs more HEX to buy more T-shares for the next time that you stake. So, and the mechanism is beautiful. So you got people doing daily stakes and ending daily, and transactions are cheap and it's still profitable to do that. This thing is going to exponentially ratchet up faster than the ETH chain version. So you're going to have better T-share price on the ETH. I think you're going to see a lot longer term stakes on the ETH chain. I do. And I think Captain's right. I think it will be the GOAT. I still think it'll be the GOAT. And eventually someday that too will be, if ETH 2.0 and 15, by the time my 15-year stakes end, maybe ETH 2.0 will actually be active and we'll be able to save some money on end staking those stakes too. So
maybe even the Pulse HEX will be cheaper, like price-wise.
Because that's kind of what I was thinking too.
People will do short stakes, like smaller fish, and they like. Let's be honest, the smaller players, they want to take profit immediately.
Yep.
And that ratchets the T-share up as well.
Well, that ratchets T-share, and it keeps the price artificially lower than what the ETH HEX price would be. I see where Peter's going with that.
Yeah.
Because there will be more velocity of the Pulse HEX. Like
absolutely.
They will sell more often.
Absolutely. Hey, Hex Monkey, thank you, sir, for the $10. Hexakins, whether ETH HEX or Pulse HEX is higher or lower or equal, doesn't matter. You will have both.
Yep.
Nothing to worry about here. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome?
It's a win-win.
Guys, maybe a good play would be
I see Captain with the pulses over there.
When retirement? When retirement?
So maybe we will have a pretty good use for Pulse. Like
I got one.
You can do short stakes on Pulse and maybe take some profit off, and all on ETH you will just draw out for 5.
Yeah. That's why I think you're going to see, because the ETH price or because of the fees are higher, I think you're going to see the higher. I think you'll see a higher price on ETH because less people are going to transact on it. So the ETH HEX, I think, is going to remain higher for a longer period of time. That's just the way I see it. Just because that's where all the long stakes are going to be at, because it's not profitable unless they're long stakes, and that system's not going away, guys. Just to be clear, the ETH HEX is on there on Ethereum for as long as the contract is viable and can continue to run.
Yep.
Yep. Interesting.
I'm giving all you guys.
I got to get rolling. I got to go to the bank. I got some money to go put in the bank.
All right.
I got some Coinbase shit to do. You know, all that good stuff. So
Get out of here.
Just like
good
me,
talking to you guys.
Stool softeners are kicking in. I know
they are. I got to go.
All right. All right.
Had my fiber this morning, and you know how it is, Papa, right?
Oh yeah, got to get that fiber.
All right, fellas, have a good one, man. Tear it up.
You later, buddy. Appreciate it.
See you.
I think we're going to see, like, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, there's a lot of short stakes on obviously the in HEX at the moment, because obviously people are thinking the sacrifice is coming up. So there's some big stakes doing like 7 days, 10 days, that sort of stuff. So we'll see how much the T-share rate goes up over the next couple of weeks for all these short stakes.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited. I always look forward to seeing how dynamic the system is and what's going to happen when these stakes start ending. I like watching this ratcheting up effect. I think it's pretty cool. It's gonna be Wales Fargo. Wales only stakes appreciate.
Nicely done. Oh boy.
Love it.
Yeah. So, what are the news on polls? There will be no like this. What's it called?
The ramp.
The ramp up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been
okay.
halved. It's been halved at least, right?
Halved.
The news. Oh no, the news that you were typing out in the chat before was something new, right? Weren't you gonna say something about that? The 2% versus the 4% that Richard is kicking around?
I don't know nothing about 2%. Markable was
Oh, okay.
Markable was typing something about just flat out
2x
equal distribution and maybe 2x for the big players.
Right.
And I mean, like that's fair. Everybody can go just ape shit on day one, and don't worry.
I think a lot of people are. I think you're going to see it taper off pretty drastically. The only people that get in after the first couple days, first 1, 2, 3 days, are those who are just waiting for their Coinbase deposits to clear so they can move them into their MetaMask wallet. So
I think if they're doing it, I don't really know. So like we read stuff and Richard changes his mind all the time. But if he's going to this kind of flat rate, unless you put in a certain amount of money, then you get like 2x the amount of pulse, right? Like it's good though, isn't it? So say like in the first 10 days, 100 million go in. People are going to look at that and go, well, if I'm going to get the same amount, I'll still go in. Some would look at it if it's like 69x more expensive and go, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it should, if people are late to the game or they're like, obviously we as like people can go out and be like, well, look how much money is already going into Pulse. It's going to attract more money. So they go, well, yeah, it could be 100 million, it could be $1 billion, whatever it is. You know, it could be a huge number that goes into it. So I think that for that, you wouldn't feel like you're coming late if you were like 10 days in and it's, you know, the work, like even if it was like 2x less than someone who was big, you're not going to feel as bad. So it could attract more money.
In this case, we don't need a whole month, right? Like we can do it in 2 weeks.
yeah.
Like
True.
if there is no reaching up, but for how much I care, it could be maybe a week. Well, but
I think the time is good though, isn't it, to get new people in? I think the time is good because like how many people came into HEX like halfway through the launch or whatever, you know? Like I know it's not going to be anywhere near that, but it's like people are slow to react. They might not trust what's going on, but if they see a lot of money going into something, they're going to go, okay, there's a lot of money there. Maybe I'll put a little bit in it as well.
Yeah, I'm telling my friends just like if you have doubts, just throw like I don't know, $50 at it.
I don't want them to have any money, so I'm not telling anyone.
Yeah, there you go.
What if we hit an all-time high in the next 30 seconds? I guess we'll.
I know. And this was a great stream. We'll see you guys later. 30-minute stream today.
I mean, we are at all-time high. Like it's very, very.
Did we not go higher before?
Now we touched on 2.5 cents. Direct information from the blockchain on the Staker app, but
nice.
it was only there for like literally probably just long enough to hit someone's limit order to sell. So we touched there, but this is the longest we've sustained at this point. This is the longest sustained over 2 cents that we've ever had as a community. So this is fantastic.
The longest sustained pulse.
Yes.
Nice.
I mean, if you look at the monthly, it's like since the 28th, it's just all green candles. Like just green candles.
So crazy, isn't it? Oh.
Glorious.
Got money. I'm
Just
waiting
look
to get in.
Just look at
hurts.
Doge though. Look at Doge, like what it can do. You know, like it only takes, you know, a lot of people, not a lot of people,
And there's
a lot of people put in a small amount of money, or a few big people putting in a lot of money to really pump prices.
And there's hundreds of billions of Doge. So when you see that Doge is 58 cents right now, according to Nomics, like you guys, that could be HEX. It's not that difficult for that to be HEX. Doge is at a $75 billion market cap valuation right now. And HEX is only at a 13, just shy of 13 billion.
It's number
You guys-
4.
You guys need to understand, all of you guys that have been in the crypto space since at least 2017, that has this unit bias that, oh my gosh, you have too many units, it's not scarce enough. That is a narrative needs to go out the window, because all it needs is a little bit more adoption from the masses, and you get exuberant prices like 58-cent meme coins with the $75 billion valuation that's valued more than most companies in the United States right now. It's more than most companies combined. So you guys have to understand the irrational exuberance of this market when there's a good product like HEX and people start to find out about it, and it's just not the meme coin getting all the attention on Twitter. You guys, there is legs for this product. Our finished product that has been triple audited and ready to go, has been ready to go for the last year and a half now.
Not financial advice. None of this on this broadcast.
Come
is
on,
financial
at
advice.
this point.
True.
Not
Still
financial, not
still
tax.
no.
No, still no, Peter. It's a demand from me. You
Okay.
must. Hey, KNTX, I
It's
sent you
just-
some slides when you find
just
it
good
appropriate
advice.
and topic.
Definitely good advice around Doge. I mean, Doge can't even mine their own coin. So you know, the fact that that's at 78 billion is worrying.
It is very
Really?
worrying. The Litecoin miners mine more of it than the Doge miners do. Just so you guys know, if those of you who aren't aware of that, but Doge is worth more than Melinda Gates right now. Oh,
Timely, very
yeah.
timely. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pull that up there, Pop B. Let's see what you got for me here.
You got those number 1, 2, and 3, right? It's kind of critical that I cover them in order, if you don't mind.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna get we're gonna get in trouble somewhere here. I just
no. It's a public service announcement. It's
Okay.
very very important. There's very few PNI involved. Yes. All right. So everybody, you've been hearing a lot about this whole sacrifice, altar or lobby or chamber, whatever you want to refer to it as. If you're
so we
hearing
brought the
from other,
Mayans to show
Of
us
course.
exactly how this works.
happy Mayans, you know that they cut out the heart. And look, the guy's actually very happy, and I'll get to that next. But if you have,
It looks like he's been wanked off as well.
Hey, oh yeah, I am actually. I'm pulling him off. Well, you gotta have one more pulse before you go, right?
Got a little hair off the back, but there's nothing off the top. What's up with this guy?
Well, it's I don't know. It's a dream come true. What can I say? Anyway, check a comb over that's blowing in the breeze. So
There it is. Yes.
So check this out. You may hear from other Hexicans, you may hear from us that it behooves you and it'll help the community and it'll pump the price of HEX potentially if you before you go into this sacrifice zone or lobby or altar, that you should turn your dirty fiat or other tokens into HEX first and then sacrifice your HEX for the chance to get X, and then with no expectations, probably X will then be translated into Pulse, when the network goes live. Well, check this out. It's okay if you're going fiat directly to HEX, or you're going fiat quickly to ETH or your favorite token, stablecoin to HEX, and then to sacrifice. That's okay. This message is for people in the United States, or people in UK, or people with the taxable jurisdiction like Japan, which shows that if you have any additional gains, they are they're calculated when you change one token to another. Next slide, if you don't mind.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I don't want to dox everything in my chat. So
Oops.
Okay.
Very good. Now, the concept of you having, old tokens that have appreciated in value. Here we see ETH and BTC. You were fortunate enough to buy ETH at $200 and Bitcoin at $9,000. And then you get carried away and you listen to one of us clowns and you just go and you say, HEX is really a cheap price now. And you go and you change it now because you expect it to appreciate before the date that you're going to sacrifice. The sacrifice lobby is not even open yet. So you buy it now. Okay. You've just hit yourself in the nuts really hard with a trailer hitch, because that now will be a taxable event where you will be shown as having $3,000 per ETH gains or $47,000 gains per BTC. You got to think about that. Know your cost basis before you make that transfer, right? Please, please, please. The last thing we want is for somebody to go in and have a tax bill at the end of the year, having been a great hexagon and a great, contributor to the Pulse sacrifice zone, lobby, chamber, whatever, and then not have the cash to cover their tax bills at the end of the year, and they'll be very, very angry. Not only that, but it bites right into your gains. The final slide that I sent over considers that if you do have the old stuff, you may want to forego going into HEX. And I don't want this to be misconstrued as me being a bad hexagon. I'm all for pumping the price. Again, we're just trying to lay this out there for you. It's not tax advice. Take this to your own tax advisor. If you don't live in a jurisdiction where this counts, by all means, go right to HEX as much as you want, but otherwise know your tax basis before you do so. If, and this is a great thing, I've considered this as well, if you were to take your old appreciating assets and go right into the sacrifice lobby, and they are on the list and they're invited to come in and have themselves disemboweled and their hearts held to the X God and the Sun, then consider that those gains, when it's considered a sent to pool event, is not a taxable event potentially. And if that's the case, you can lock in all those gains with a better price or a better amount of pulse that you could get on the other side, while not having the taxable event for all those gains that you made on the ETH side. And then, of course, the tax clock starts all over again when potentially, with no expectations, if you should get pulse tokens and they should appreciate, possibly no commitments at all, then the tax clock starts anew. And that is my presentation. Any questions?
Nice.
Nope.
Does that class has been sent to Paul though?
It does.
Nice.
It does.
We'll talk
my CPA considers it to be so.
Nice.
Maybe yours doesn't. If they don't, then it could also be considered a loss.
So I got to say a few things on this. First of all, we are not tax professionals. This is just food for thought. This is something for you guys to consider, especially those of you who are in jurisdictions where taxable events may occur during it. These are some really good thoughts to go back and think about. Whether it's new money being sacrificed, or if it's old, or there's a taxable event from the time that you originally got it to the swapping it to something new to sacrifice. Those are great ideas. Ultimately, have your tax advisor tell you what's best, and make sure that they're willing to sign off on whatever it is that you report to the IRS or to your debt collection agency, because these typically CPAs have what is called E&O insurance, and if they are wrong, their E&O insurance will pay your tax bill. So make sure your CPA is willing to sign off on these things. That's really the best course of action. So
Very good.
And
Very good.
Cabana says he identifies as a CPA and he says it's fine. So
All right. He holds my insurance.
So just want to throw that out there, guys. These are great things to think about, food for thought, but we are not tax advisors, just giving you more concepts to think about and possibly prepare yourself for.
I know how to use PowerPoint.
Hey,
That's all.
can someone get rid of it, someone who's got a band hammer? Can you get rid of the guy in the stream that wants to pump other coins that have nothing to do with what we're talking about? So you guys could just get rid of him, that'd be great. If not, let me know. I can take care of him.
We could send him to the sacrifice lobby.
We know we're in a bull market when people are trying to pump their shit coins on random live streams.
Yeah, random live streams. I have absolutely nothing to, we've never even talked about that program before. So
Guys.
thank you guys on Theta, guys. We are just shy of hitting our goal there at 300 followers.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
4 more weeks, guys. 4 more weeks, and we'll be there.
4 more weeks. Exactly right. I think that has officially become, now Peter's stealing it, but that has officially become Peter's favorite new thing to say. 4 more weeks, guys. 4 more weeks. Every Telegram message from Peter is like 4 more weeks. 4 more weeks.
I did it like 3 times. Come on.
Yeah, but you did it 3 times within 30 seconds. So
No. No, only you noticed me. Like that was the thing, and you now associate like 4 more weeks with me. So
yeah, there you go. There
that's
you go.
the problem.
Troll has been sacrificed.
What
All right,
the
guys.
hell?
We got to talk about this. We got to talk about this new Richard Hart tweet because it is freaking awesome. I don't know if any of you guys
Something new?
have picked it out yet. Yeah, he
Uh-oh.
just
Brand
tweeted
new.
this out.
Bring it up.
Let's do it.
I got to bring up the tweet. Hold on. Ugh. It wants to go to a different browser.
Oh
I can't bring it up.
God.
Yeah, I'll. Okay, let's do this. All right, come on, Richard Hart. I have to bring it up this other way. I really don't want to dox myself too bad. So, and now it's not coming up. It's not coming up in my notifications. Isn't that awesome?
Mm.
Here we go. Here we go. We'll just pop it up right here. We'll share this on the screen because this is about as bullish as it gets for me as a Hexican. So wouldn't it be funny if Hex.com did a quick 100x? Smart people wouldn't be surprised. Haters would say scams pump hardest. I have a feeling that
man.
he's saying that because he's getting ready for people to start putting all their economic energy into Hex before sacrificing it.
Oh,
When it
Lord.
gets, keep in mind, guys, when you're sacrificing it for this new X token or a placeholder that is potentially going to get you more pulse or going to get you pulse period. Let's give a little light to this. That there's a possibility that millions of dollars could be going in to Hex right before sacrifice, and then it's going to get sacrificed to the Diamond Hands player that has never sold a single Hex, holding up the price. 100x is possible, guys. It's funny he's saying this, but
What's that? That's like $2.20.
yeah.
Why is it funny? I don't understand.
I'm laughing
Guys,
now.
Guys, if that's true, I'm going to be a very big pulse whale. Just saying.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be a pulse
yeah.
whale.
If it's going to be $2.20 when I go in, I will.
You're gonna be dropping some. You're gonna be dropping some Hex in the sacrifice chamber, huh?
You're gonna be pulsing your liquid.
I will be pulsing all over the shop.
Everyone's asking Whales to jump on the stream. You guys check this one out too. Latest data points. All right, Whales, come on in, buddy. Yes, you should be. No, I'm sorry. That is not financial advice. Do what.
That's Richard Hart advice. That's what that is.
Yeah. So
Slash not advice. It's just a number. Just put a number on a tweet. No one should pay attention to it.
So I told Papa B this Saturday. We had a little discussion because we had a little streamer meeting Sunday morning, early morning. It was actually late afternoon for Papa B. Actually, it was midnight for you, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
about midnight, wasn't it? Well, anyway.
Late afternoon.
Yeah, I just realized that. Wait, the time is a little bit different than I thought it was. So it was like this time in the morning Sunday. So it's about midnight for you now. So we had a discussion with a bunch of the other streamers, and we had some good discussion. We'll some more of those details will come out here in the future, but what we did talk about was on Saturday night, Papa and I were talking, and I said, just watch, guys, as this happens, as people are buying more HEX to throw into this sacrifice chamber, it's really not uncommon or not unrealistic for us to hit that 56 cents, do a 25x from here, and hit that 56 cents to 10,000x right before the sacrifice lobby is closed. I don't think it's impossible, guys. I think it is very, very easy to see a 25x, especially knowing how the automatic market maker works with Uniswap and how little economic energy it really is going to take. How many tens of thousands of hexagons are going to throw in how many thousands of dollars equaling how many tens of millions of dollars? So
that's the target, isn't it? So like the target's to do that 10,000x, that imaginary number that was picked out of the air. And like when HEX goes over to Pulse and they're both on both chains, there'll be a little bit of turmoil probably when we're going through. So yeah, the best chance of doing that is probably now. Like to hit it now before that happens.
Actually, the best chance is right after I buy. So if you guys could give me another week, then you guys can go buy all the HEX that you guys want. So that'd be great.
You need 4 more weeks?
Yeah, I need a few more weeks. So don't buy. Hold the line. Don't buy until I tell you.
Everyone hold until KNTX says it's okay to buy.
yeah, exactly right. I don't want any of you front running me.
Tell me just before you buy. I'll buy just before you.
Okay.
RG, it's front running you right now in the bank.
I know that's what he said. He said. It's funny because he texted me because right after the tweet, he said, holy shit, RH just tweeted, what if HEX did a 100x right now? And I said, you think Richard will pump HEX price? And he says, fuck, I don't know, but I'm headed to the bank right now, bitches. I thought that was pretty clever. So, yeah, he's running to the bank right now as we speak.
Well played.
I mean, Doge is up 841% this month.
Nice.
It's not impossible to do. To do.
Guys, did you notice there was some NFL player, I think, that was interested in HEX? And Annette shared that. And anyone following this case?
Yeah, I did. KNTX, you packed your bags at 0.024. All right, I love it. I did. I actually replied back to him. I said, hey, if you've got the opportunity, any of us influencers in HEX would love to take a moment to talk about this with you. And then also check out Crypto Coffee is one of our greatest minds, one of our greatest thought leaders in the HEX community space, and he created a course. So here's a link to his course if you want to. I said it'll make you pro at not just football but also crypto. Is what I told him.
Did you put your referral link in there?
Damn straight I did. Of course I did.
Let me help you through this.
GhostTaker.com.
I mean, did you really just ask that? Oh, thanks to Annette. I just realized it is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you guys. So absolutely.
Where's
Star
the
Wars
stuff?
all.
We've already done the Star Wars stuff.
We got our green lightsaber out.
We missed an opportunity. Yeah.
No, Papa B, we're not bringing the green lightsaber up. No.
Oh, come on.
No. That is not a lightsaber. That is not a
bring the
lightsaber.
green lightsaber up. Please bring it up. It's
okay.
Markable would want it.
Does your lightsaber vibrate or what?
Oh yeah.
He would definitely want it shared on this stream.
Man. So Crypto Coffee, so changing the subject, Crypto Coffee had a tweet that just said, it's not a cult without a sacrifice. We got a sacrifice coming and we've been called a cult. So I guess it's just appropriate now.
It fits the narrative. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, I do want to throw, I don't know if Captain did it last night. I didn't get the opportunity to watch. The night streams have become very difficult for me with having the little one around, but to catch everything and hear everything correctly. But Captain was supposed to say something last night, and it's my job to say today is the last day, guys. Last minute to reserve those HEX Vegas shirts. with Maddie. So make sure to go check out his Twitter. It's what hexakin.us, I think, is what the. There's also the Eventbrite meetup. It's really at this point in time, you're kind of on your own getting your reservations for everything. If I'm correct on that, but we can still get you a shirt. So make sure you guys confirm with Maddie, even if you're not going to make the event, but you want a Hexakin Vegas shirt. They're pretty cool little shirts. He did a really good job designing those. So we got to get those ordered and we got to get them shipped over here to the United States. So make it happen now, guys. Make it happen now. There it is. Super Hex just pulled it up for me, so I'll go ahead and share this. So I did say, let us know if any influencers in Hex can have a moment with you. We will walk you through it. Crypto Coffee 369 is one of our best minds in the community as a course that will make you as pro at crypto as you are in football. And then yes, my shameless plug with my own link. So not gonna lie, that is my link. So
nice.
So any of you guys feel free to click on that and go buy that. So
hey, Crafty, you're on mute. You've been on mute for 47 minutes.
Let him
Yeah.
pick them up.
I know.
He likes it.
The KNTX
That's how long he
Bandit
pumps
hammocks,
this for.
those come out next week. Next week we get the KNTX Bandit. But well, I wasn't going to release those, but after the vasectomy, I found they were very, very helpful.
Nice.
Yes. I have now officially switched my underwear type. So Speedos to be soon available. Oh, okay. Thank you, Cabana. You are a wonderful man. So his chart shows all-time high. We may end the stream at our discretion.
The Hex USDC is pumping. Like,
let's bring on 3 cent, guys. Come on. This isn't a pump. 3 cent.
Right.
Well, that's my all-time high meter just went.
Who gave you this link? Wales?
how dare
you know who the culprit is.
It's good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Oh man.
Oh,
wait. I forgot to mute the stream.
Yeah.
Whoops. Forgot about that part.
I love it. That's great.
Faux pas only.
Oh man, this is gonna be a good day, bro. Because I think we've broken out officially.
2.3149.
Yeah.
What's the next target? What's your next target? Well,
8.
Come on, say it.
At least 5 cents, right? I mean, we gotta traverse the levels, the psychological levels.
5 cents.
And that's what we have to battle with. Man. Well, one step at a time, guys. We're gonna get up there, and it's gonna be fast. But the thing is that if you miss it, you miss it. It's gonna be just like last year.
Yeah,
just like last year. I mean, this was one of the first things I told everybody when I jumped on these streams. It's not a joke. The math does not lie. Stop. Everybody that sold their Hex over the past 6 months, man. Yep. Oh man, this is gonna be fun to watch them cry because there's gonna be tears of pain.
This is crazy, man. I'm just watching this 2.368 cents.
That's right.
Oh my god, look at that.
Insane.
That's right.
Look at the staker app.
I don't even want to look at it.
Good idea.
I don't even want to look at it, man.
You'll make a stupid face. Don't look at your sticker app right now.
I'm literally trying to buy some more Hex to like I'm starting to buy my sacrifice Hex right now. That's what I'm doing. Oh, 22.5 million purchase right now.
Did I break staker when the M gets moved for the millions of dollars worth, moves to the bottom under the number, or did I break it?
How many M's?
Yo, 2.5 million buy right now, guys. Like a minute ago, they're just buying in chunks. Somebody just sold.
How much was that? You said
4 million just sold. Interesting.
Oh, it just came down.
Yeah, interesting. So if you look at this on a chart, it's like hitting that resistance area.
Mm-hmm.
on the upper side, on the upper bound. So it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting.
This
You know
is
what's happening
very
right now?
interesting.
You realize that people are now rushing to their limit orders, trying to cancel them as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because,
Probably.
yeah.
That is awesome.
That
We're here,
$30
guys.
chart is
We are here.
like
I have one big
the
seller
breadcrumb
here.
we've been waiting for. Like a little.
How about you guys keep talking? I'm gonna go look and see how close I am to getting my money moved.
Is it for real?
I think so.
He's got FOMO. He's like, no, it's
Guys,
moving.
I reminded him
too
about
high.
limit orders. I guarantee it.
Oh, you're right.
He's like, no, cancel.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh man.
I have a little bit of ETH that I'm just holding on to, so I'm watching the ETH HEX spread or HEX ETH spread, whatever it is, ETH HEX spread. Just waiting for a signal, man. Just waiting for a signal.
ETH isn't doing too bad though. ETH is pumping. It's looking nice.
Yeah, it's pumping. Yeah, that's why I'm still holding it. Yeah, HEX ETH is the ticker. Sorry, but I mean, you got this big old down wedge on that contract. So right now, what I think we're like right at that point where either it's gonna move further lower one more time to make a new low to make people think they have to dump HEX for ETH, and then we zoom up, because the one thing you got to understand about markets is that it's the way it moves is all about causing maximum pain. So what that means is that the market is going to move in one direction until people can no longer tolerate it, and then you get an out of bounds move, like a big dump, right? Like a big volume spike. And that's why when you see those big volume spikes, they typically signify that that's the max pain level for a market. Crypto's a little different in certain instances because you see a lot of those spikes in trend, which is interesting. But again, that's a function of how these markets are designed, right? They're really only designed to go up, especially when everything is denominated in dollars. So in order for you to lose in crypto, you really have to pick some shitty project, right? Like you really have to try very hard to lose money in crypto, because if you enter at the right time, rising tide lifts all boats, because it all moves the same, right? Because they're all really designed to be the same, unless there's some actual differentiator, right? Like HEX has, it's all going to basically be the same. So.
Yeah, and like the thing moving in HEX's favor is the fact you can sacrifice HEX for Pulse at the moment. So, like I'm not saying obviously I can't read the future, but I'd be surprised if we didn't bottom out at like 1.5 cent, and now this is the pump until sacrifice.
Yeah, I think this is a pump. But the interesting thing about this is that this is just us. This isn't even everybody else.
Yeah, true.
No.
So
this isn't even the rest of the crypto space, man. This is just Hexicans really just FOMOing on HEX and Pulse.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think is going to happen where there are no more barriers of entry because of the Pulse chain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like people need to think. This shit is serious. We're at a point in time where, you got to make some serious decisions.
Yeah.
And imagine what will happen to the Pulse HEX pair on the Pulse chain. Like, if those people that hold X will be airdropped like a lot of Pulse, it will be like there will be nothing. It will be nearly empty. I think.
Yeah, I mean, if the liquidity goes over, what there's like at the moment, there's 170 million maybe on the ETH USD pair, and there's like 120 million on the other pair. So there ain't much HEX. Like, there's going to be a lot of people with Pulse who's going to go, let's buy this HEX. There's not much HEX to be bought.
I think
the OA is going to get a lot more HEX from this airdrop. So, it's going to be even less HEX on the market on both sides. So who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's hard to imagine those big moves that Will's talking about, but it's going to happen faster than people understand.
Come on, it's not
gonna
hard. Doge is doing them.
True.
You can see it in the market. Like there is like meme coin doing the biggest moves at the moment.
I know. It's just that many people just aren't used to dealing with that many zeros, even in crypto. And it's gonna move. It's gonna move fast. It's gonna move fast. And when he's right, when the barriers to entry are gone, when and the gatekeeping is gone, this is a crypto for the masses, guys, both on Pulse and for HEX. Like this is a legit financial tool.
Yeah, and at the moment you can onboard people who have serious economic energy. So like, because it makes sense. Like you're going to get a better return than you get anywhere else. It's like, you know, if you've got like at least probably 10,000 to put in at the moment on the ETH chain, it makes sense. Put 10,000 out for 15 years, you're probably going to be sitting pretty.
Yeah.
Like so if
Maybe
you probably will be like, but like people with small amounts of money who want to do a year stake, you can't put $200 in for a year on the ETH chain. It's not possible. But you could do it on Pulse because you're paying minimum. Even if you made $50 on it, that's still a good return. That's better than you're going to get in any bank. Like, and that's the difference between us moving from ETH to Pulse is the fact that it will mean that everyone is able to take part now. Like we were. In the first time we were able to do it, like it was fine. But I think it's changed at the moment. And then the best thing that might happen is ETH 2.0 comes out 5 years down the line, and then HEX is cheap to transact on as well. So we have double the economic energy on both chains, where we still can earn decent interest on both.
Yep.
Unless we're viewed as a bad actor by Vitalik and turned off.
Yeah, didn't someone mention that they maybe not they won't move some smart contracts or something to ETH2?
Well, yeah, essentially because right now they're running multiple chains. They're testing it for ETH 2.0 with the staking on it, and then they've got the proof of work chain, and then they've got like a hybrid between the two that eventually they're going to hopefully move over to the actual ETH 2.0. But during that transfer, during that fork, they could fork HEX right out, which would would only hurt them. It would only hurt them because now the argument would be, well, Ethereum can now just fork out any program it wants that it doesn't like, then they're not truly decentralized any longer. So, and I think these guys are smarter than that. So I don't think they'll ever do that. But
the economic energy from people in HEX at the time that they decide to actually go to ETH 2.0, like it wouldn't make sense for them to do it. They might do it. It would be stupid for them to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like it just wouldn't make sense. I mean, they're not putting ETH 2.0. They're not making all these changes because of the fact that miners have so much control. And why do the miners have control? Because they have so much money. Like it's money that matters. That's all ETH is now. It's a change with money.
Gary's here. We got 30 seconds left. Hit it, Gary.
I almost didn't send you the link because I was going to shut down the stream, but then I was like, nah, Funny Jim's always got something good to put out there. So Gary, go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, so this is a unique opportunity. Obviously, you had to believe in HEX to participate in the multiples that you see posted all the time on Twitter. Richard just posted, if you didn't see it already, another Twitter link saying about, wouldn't it be interesting if HEX went 100x from here, right? Suddenly, the believers would say, of course, and the non-believers would say it's a scam or something, right? So the narrative, even though it's the same community, it's intersectional. The narrative of HEX is not the narrative of Pulse. The narrative of HEX might have been, give up this other altcoin, give up this other system that's maybe not true to principles of crypto or whatever, or the narrative of blockchain CD, representing real world products. So that's that narrative, and that's that community that we have and we talk about and have shared over the past couple of years. But this is, you can talk freely without evangelizing HEX to Cardano enthusiasts, to Ripple enthusiasts. You're not trying to win that community to drop their bag of the thing that they have believed in for some significant amount of time, or the time that they, the money that they have put into, or marketing they've put in by their own time to their product line. So Pulse is very unique in that you're not kowtowing and saying, hey, please join Pulse. You are providing an opportunity. The opportunity can be collaborative, not just with the Ethereans, but all of the other networks that at least will be able to participate and able to have some kind of airdrop. You have to move it within 30 days. Some of those rules will still be there. So I think it's a great opportunity to advocate to existing people in other camps without being a competitor or evangelizing some narrative that they might have only known you as for the past year, right? So KNTX has talked a lot about HEX for the past year, but I haven't heard him talk about other coins, right? But he can easily talk to those other people without having to evangelize blockchain CD technology. I think it's a really interesting opportunity with Pulse.
I like that. That's a great point. It's true. Yeah, this doesn't have to be contrary, guys. This doesn't have to be alienate other communities when now we'll have the opportunity for us to work with them, with other chains. I mean, there's other smart contract programs or platforms out there, and while not all of them have a viable product that is usable yet at this point in time, wrap snakes are coming, guys. And the whole idea of being able to go cross-chain may have originated with, or really got, not originated, but became popularized with the Polka idea, having these cross chains that you can work interoperable with. But essentially, Pulse is creating that for the Ethereum network right now, guys. The narrative isn't supposed to be, hey, we're an ETH killer. The narrative is now we can work interoperably between Ethereum and make Ethereum better. So I want you guys to keep that state of mind out there, and that dialogue with other communities that, hey, we're here to help enrich the Ethereum, not take over the Ethereum network.
I think as well, like, if you can encourage people to come over into Pulse and they make good money from it, right? So they buy Pulse early, they do really well out of it, then like they're going to be more listening to what we have to say, Richard has to say around HEX as well. So it's like, okay, so now you trustlessly earn this money through Pulse, and it's like you can earn 38%, 20% APY trustlessly by staking if you put that into HEX. So I think there's a crossover there as well. So it's like you've made these gains, you can take a proportion of that and actually make really good returns, which is decentralized, is proper crypto. You don't have to worry about your admin keys and things like that. I think there's a real good opportunity, especially for Richard, if and when both coins do very well. HEX has already done well. Pulse will probably do very well. That he can cross-pollinate back into HEX. So it's like, okay, you made some good gains here. Put some of that into this and like earn trustless interest. Like make yourself wealthy for the rest of your life.
I have a question you guys might have already addressed. It might have been talked about in the Pulse chat as well. So my hesitation up until basically today was how long would it take to have a bridge after the fork exists? And I've seen is this the same effective thing as a bridge when the post by Richard inside the Pulse Telegram channel had said something about a Uniswap on Ethereum, Uniswap, Pulse, ETH, and on the Pulse network after the fork having that same pair. Isn't that a bridge? Is that a bridge across networks? Because is that the same similar effect as a bridge, direct bridge?
It's a part of the bridge because there has to be some smart contracts interrupted working together, like that. One will wrap Pulse on the Pulse side, and like create Ethereum pools on the ETH side, and
Right.
the same with ETH, and for these wrapped tokens, there should be a trading pair on either Uniswap or the forked Uniswap on pools.
So just to add on to that, mathematicians in the organization, in the influencer crowd, like Kurkowski is a certified mathematician, and other people are obviously genius with mathematics. It took a while for us to really discover the 4x or the square effect of the Uniswap scenario, as far as how price moves, to multiply. And it's interesting that there will be two of those. It's almost like you could square and square the price. I think that mathematicians might look at the potential of movement on the Pulse platform of Uniswap V2 as it relates to arbitrage or price movement on the Ethereum smart contract of Uniswap. I mean, I think that there might be some mathematical bridge where people could 16x instead of 4x. If a price moves on one and it affects the other. I think that's
if there's pairs on both sides that are following.
Yeah.
But I think for me the most interesting thing that when Richard was talking around forking stuff over rather than making a copy, so like Sushi Swap or like like on Binance Chain, it's like I don't know whether there is. This is me speculating that he may have already spoke to Uniswap about forking over, because he's like, I don't want to take their intellectual property. I want them to do well from it. So it's like that would be a great thing if Uni actually did well out of Pulse as well, and that there was a copy of Uniswap on there where they actually made money from it, rather than someone else just copying that code.
Well, Uniswap can just take over their
100%.
contracts with their.
So it'd be nice if they were coming in early on and owning that property as well.
Why wouldn't?
Yeah, and that's a gateway also to what do you call a stable coin? All of the vitriol of 2017 and anti-establishment stuff said that JP Morgan was going to be a horrible situation because they were so anti-crypto before, and look, they're going to launch JP Morgan coin. Well, that's really USDC. It's what we rely on now in a lot of ways to have a fiat off-ramp. And there was a lot of vitriol about the VCs that pump the price really of things that were on Uniswap, or why things get listed on CoinMarketCap so quickly. Is because some of the big money influencers are participants and stakeholders, right? We've even talked with Simon Dixon, as far as the Bank to the Future guy. He's got a major stake in a lot of the exchanges like Kraken and things like that. So I just want to also be more collaborative on this launch of a product with those communities, because I see great potential for 1000x. It's very interesting the dynamic of this bull run versus the retail bull run of 2017 versus the corporatization of 2021.
But I'm not actually sure that's right though. So look at the coins that are pumping the most in this bull market, and they might not be great coins, but they're not the ones that have the VC backing behind them. They're the ones that have the masses backing behind them.
Yeah,
they are
their comment, their thumbnail the other day, and it was like, the degenerates are winning the ROI.
because normal people now realize that you can't make money in normal financial markets because you have no power in those markets. So it's like you're better off, and I don't condone it, but you're better off going with the masses and buying a coin and pumping it. Like GameStop's a prime example. I know it failed in the end, but like it's a prime example of people actually have more power than these big businesses do.
Well, it's interesting because just a month or two ago, you saw that narrative play out with the whales, the Wall Street Bets people, right, going against the board of a corporation, and the narrative in the public square about it's the little guy that cooperates with other little guys that can massive short a big corporation. that does it all the time. And so that narrative fits well with a Super Bowl. And it also fits well with the, the Pulse product, because at the moment, even though Ethereum 2.0 may be coming, whenever it comes, right now, if you have people that go to Vegas and they're there for the entertainment, the hotel, the environment for a couple of days, you still see more on net. You see more money go into the penny and nickel and quarter slots than you see into the $100 per pull slots. So it's a certain percentage. It's the masses play the games of Las Vegas, and they don't sit down really at the person to person, let's make a financial decision blackjack table as much as they do the mindless games. And so the Pulse network, being a fork of Ethereum and a super low transaction cost, $100 as a lottery ticket by a pull of a fucking slot machine is very attractive to this kind of Super Bowl retail participant, 30x, 50x your money kind of environment.
Yep, absolutely. So I had to put this up. Wills, thanks for posting this in here. Alice 11111, thank you so much for putting this in the in Twitter. But this is at today's, or approximately today's, ETH HEX price. It doesn't take a whole lot of money for us to 10 or 100x or even go to $1 at this point in time. So $1 is only $30 million. To get $1 HEX, we only need $30 million worth of buy. That is not a lot. When you consider there's at least 25,000 hexagons that can probably put $1,000 into it, that's not a lot of money to get us to $1. And a lot of people are going to be buying for the sacrifice chamber, guys. So,
and you can see on the charts, you can see that there's violent upswings, and then there are also violent collapse, but it's trending on a very steep angle upward. So even if you see sudden movement of a couple $1 million thrown in and it moves the price significantly, you will see people that do take some profit, and you see these spikes, these dinosaur fucking spikes on the back or whatever. So it looks like Godzilla climbing. It's pretty cool.
The same as well. It's like if you have a lot of money, you pump the price up, you let them dump it back down, and you pump it back up again. You're just buying their coins. It's like, yep, there you go. Sell me your coins. And I think you've seen that over the last 6 months in HEX anyway, because you'll see big people buying. It pumps up and it dumps back down again. Like New Year's Eve is a prime example. What do you think they were doing? They bought a lot of coins. Do you think they stopped buying? Of course they didn't stop buying. They bought a lot of coins. People sold down and they bought again. And it's like they're getting their bag.
I think that was a flash loan. I'm not sure.
It's possible.
Very interesting.
Not really.
I want to re-emphasize the people that you might have talked to in the past about HEX. And whether they enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it, or they, they become someone you just don't really approach anymore. This is a good opportunity to not evangelize, not be religious about it, but say, hey, you already have a bag of this other thing. You already are participating in crypto. You've already made gains in this other thing. Why don't you look at the potential for you to have an airdrop of that same thing in another system state? It's very, very good approach, I think.
Well, I love you guys. I love you all.
Oh, you gotta
I got it. Well, thank you. I'll give you Wales. You want 2 minutes?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that people just have to remember this is the difference between Pulse and HEX is that HEX is about building wealth. Pulse is about new infrastructure.
Yep.
Two different plays.
Yeah.
Two entirely different plays. Yeah. So let's keep that in mind. That's really all I wanted to say.
Don't sacrifice all your HEX for Pulse.
Right.
So,
two different ball games.
I don't think anybody should early in stake in order to get capital. Don't make that mistake. Really think about what you're doing before you consider early in staking. I think that both system states will have value, and it will take some time, but I think it will come to equal values. I don't see that there's transfer of money from one system and the previous system withers. I think that bridge and the narrative of might be a better highway to get to your destination than Ethereum, but it doesn't mean that you have to change the vehicle.
Correct.
Agreed.
And if you could sell 100 million HEX now, like, you wouldn't be able to buy 100 million HEX once it's been sacrificed. That's what people need to realize as well. Like, if you've got a big bag of HEX, like, you sacrifice that bag of HEX, like, there's maybe 300 million you can buy on the open market if the liquidity copy's over. So it's like, you ain't buying back the same bag. Like, you're not buying back the same bag.
That's
like HEX is the future. HEX is the long-term play. That's wealth on both chains.
Motley, do you have something to add to that?
Yes, I do.
Never-ending stream.
Never-ending stream. That's right.
I wanted to come on, congratulate everyone on screen, off screen on becoming incredibly wealthy over the next month or two. It's going to be an amazing ride. Hopefully, you guys made the big brain play and bought that last dip and have continued to hold HEX because your buying power, whether you choose to use the whole stack, partial of your stack, to buy Pulse is just done almost a 2x in a matter of like a week. So all the same principles apply, right, guys? Buy the dip, hold your coins, and then this allows you to make big plays later down the road and stuff like Pulse and the sacrifice chamber. So continue to do all the core fundamentals that got you here, and you're going to become wealthy beyond your wildest imagination over the next month or two. So buckle up and enjoy.
All right, I like that. With that makes me want to just say we're ending the stream on that right there, because that right there is enough to make me FOMO. And I got to go get some money in, guys. So before anyone says anything else, the rest of you Hexikins out there and Pulsikins and all you crypto junkies, you guys enjoy yourselves and you guys have a wonderful day.